Welcome to our 5 on 5. Please be joined today by Susan Hearn, the Executive Director of Southern Oregon Friends of Hospice. Susan, thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, my pleasure. Good to see you. So, in case anybody doesn't know, what is Southern Oregon Friends of Hospice?
Southern Oregon Friends of Hospice is a nonprofit organization. It started 9 years ago with a mission to educate about hospice care and provide support so that more people will have access to hospice care.
Okay, and as we're talking, it's interesting. I didn't know there is no current open hospice facilities in Southern Oregon. The nearest ones are Bend and Eugene. Is that right?
Yeah, so our primary purpose was to create a collaborative project with the existing visiting hospice providers that would provide a residential setting that specializes in hospice care. And the Holmes Park House is the only residential care facility that specializes in hospice care in from as far as Eugene and Bend, so nothing in Southern Oregon.
There's a lot of need, okay, and a lot of people know this area as the former home of Harry Holmes from Harry and David, beautiful East Medford Park. Where are you guys at in the renovation now?
We are almost done. It's kind of been a long journey. Well, not too bad. We broke ground in June, and so now we're 11 months later, and we have added a 5,500 square foot addition that has an 8-bedroom garden wing, plus renovated the original mansion so that it complies with the state codes for residential care facilities. And we're just at the asphalt stage.
Wow, that's exciting. You guys are really coming towards the end. What exactly, I mean, what kind of staff is going to be there? You said, I believe 8 beds, so it's now
No, it's
13?
12. It's a 12-bed residence. So there's 4 beds in the original mansion, and then there's 8 beds in the garden wing. So it's a 12-bed residential care facility. It'll be staffed 24/7 with caregivers, and we have an administrator who's an experienced person in elder care and palliative care, as well as a nurse with 17 years of hospice experience, and a chef. And we also have a very robust volunteer team. But the caregiving ratio is 1 to 4, so there'll be 1 certified nursing assistant that will be assigned to 4 residents in each part of the house.
Excellent. Okay, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll have much more in a moment. Stay with us. Welcome back to our 5 on 5. Again, we're here with Susan Hearn from Southern Oregon Friends of Hospice. So we're talking about the Harry Holmes former home, the Holmes Park House, forgive me, in East Medford. It's a beautiful location and so much history there. How did you stumble into this?
Well, we were looking for land. We wanted a park-like setting in the middle of Medford. And we wanted 2 acres. And so we were able to find this incredible place. Of course, we didn't have the money to purchase it at the time. So we've had extraordinary support from our donors to make that possible. But the house has an extraordinary history. It was designed by Paul Revere Williams, who's the first African-American architect in the American Institute of Architecture. And he was the architect to the stars in the LA area. At the time. It was built in 1939, and he was just recently in 2017 awarded the gold medal from the AIA.
Wow.
So the home, he had, Paul Williams had the kind of aesthetic that is perfect for a hospice house. The windows are down low so people can see out the windows from their hospital bed. There's lovely crown molding on the ceilings. There's places for families to gather. The previous owners have planted beautiful gardens all around the property, including a wonderful contemplative walk. The views from the location of Mount Ashland are really special. You
guys really did find a great spot. It's incredible. So I do have to ask you, can everyone come to this place? I mean, this is hospice.
Yes.
What if you can't afford it?
As a nonprofit, our goal has always been to serve the whole population, and so part of the house is private pay and part of it is subsidized with Medicaid and grants and sliding fee scale.
Okay, and you mentioned volunteers. I think you told me before, like 170. You guys have an army working for you.
Yes, we do. Yeah, it has an attractive quality, this house, and so gardeners and people that work in the kitchen, as well as resident support volunteers, have been specially trained to work at the bedside of people at the end of life. It's been an incredible designing project, all mostly done by volunteers. The house is completely furnished by donated furniture.
Wow, and you guys are hoping to open in a couple weeks, and it costs a lot of money to do this. How were you able to raise that much money?
Yeah, we've had incredible outpouring of support. We've raised $3.5 million from private donors, foundations, and medical providers. Our goal is to raise $4 million, so we have $500,000 left to raise, and that will cover the entire cost of the purchase of the house and all the capital improvements to make a 12-bed facility.
Wow, very exciting. Congratulations. I know you're opening in a couple weeks. Good to see you. Thank you for taking
Thanks
the
a
time.
lot, Craig.
Appreciate it. Stay with us. We'll be right back.